Read exclusive analysis as John Michael checks in from the road by visiting FoxSportsOhio.com.
Consistent, inspiring, exactly what I think of when I think of John Michael, who's down on the ice to tell us a little more about who's in and who's out. John.
Gee, thanks, Hoagie. I appreciate it. Hey, we have some good news and some bad news here today as far as the lineup is concerned. I defy you to find any publication that had the Avalanche anywhere but 13th, 14th, or 15th in the West in their preseason predictions. But boy, they came out of the chute strong. A lot of games on the road so far for the Avalanche. The schedule is favorable as they come down the home stretch. But I think this is a hockey team overall that really reflects the personality of their head coach in Joe Sacco. I mean, you remember when he played the game, he was a role player, a grinder. He always worked hard, a heady hockey player, a smart guy. He's behind the bench now leading the troops, and this hockey team plays a lot like the man behind the bench played during his 13-year NHL career. You can't pick up the paper, you can't look at the stat sheet and see what Sammy Paulson brings to a hockey team. He is consistent. He's on that shutdown line. He stayed at that number 3 line pivot man position throughout the entire season, and why he's been unbelievably effective. Again, look at those home games. Look when Coach Hitchcock gets the last change, how often Paulson is out against the top line of the opposition. He shut him down in the 3 games at home, and we'll see how it happens here this evening.
He's a veteran. Sammy Paulson is NHL, European experience. What kind of leadership does he also bring into that dressing room?
Well, he's a quiet guy, Sammy Paulson. He's more of a lead-by-example type guy. But when you see a player like that who's been in the league for the amount of time that Sammy Paulson has been, leading quietly, doing his job on the defensive end, he doesn't get a lot of publicity. And in fact, until a couple of seasons ago, when finally he was considered for the Selke Trophy as the best defensive forward, he was a guy who really you didn't hear about much in the National Hockey League. He doesn't care. He plays his role. He's a team player, a quiet leader, and that's the way he's been ever since he got to Columbus. What's good is that the players are starting to realize that the onus is on them, that they have to have respect for their fellow player out there. And whether or not it's going to be an automatic suspension for different sorts of hits to the head, that's what's being discussed in those meetings. It was interesting. I caught up with Gord Murphy, and he was adamant about it. He said any blindside hit to the head should be an automatic suspension. And he added this. He said, look, I played in the NHL for over a decade. When you see those kind of hits like we saw earlier this season, the Mike Richards on David Booth hit that had Booth out for 3 months, he said when players, Ray, are going into those situations, they know. He said they have those guys lined up. It's not by accident when they have those headshots like that. And he said for that reason, any blindside hit to the head should be, in fact, an automatic suspension.
With more on the Avs, we send it down to John Michael. John?
Well, thank you, Ray. I think without question in the hockey world, a lot of people were saying, well, yeah, Colorado got off to a nice start, but they're fixing to fall. Well, they haven't. We've passed the midway portion of this season. This team is still on top of the Northwest Division. The reason they've been able to do it, team speed and pursuit of the puck.